the East is looking pretty wide open in the 2025-2026 NBA season, with Tyrese Halliburton going down to the finals, out for the season, Jason Tatum out for the season, Lillard out for the season, and now is in Portland. The East is very wide open. There's a lot of good teams in the East that might be better than the rest, but for the most part, it's pretty open. So what did the Magic do? They went and made a move, and I think it was a pretty good move. They acquired Desmond Bane from the Memphis Grizzlies for Cole Anthony, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and some picks. Now, it was a lot of picks, but I still think Desmond Bane is a very good fit for this Magic team. As you know, or you may not know, the Orlando Magic took around 35 three-pointers a game last season. They only made 11 of those threes per game. So they were shooting roughly 32% from three, which in today's NBA, that's not good. You cannot win games shooting 32% from three. It's bad. It's bad. So they went and made a move for Desmond Bane, who's he's a career 40% three-point shooter, which is great. I really do think Desmond Bane is a very good fit on this Magic team, especially as a career 40% shooter. He already comes in. He's already the best shooter on this team. I think without a doubt. I don't know if there's anybody on that team that can shoot to his level. He's coming off a season where he didn't shoot as good as other years at 39%, but there were some years where he did shoot 44% from three, which that is elite. That is borderline top 10 in the NBA numbers for three-point shooting. So adding that to your roster after coming off one of those years is great. They did have a shooter in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but he was coming off a very poor three-point shooting season too. I think it was roughly 34% or 35%. So when your best shooter, or who's supposed to be your best shooter, can't hit the three ball, has a pretty hefty contract, and is getting old, I like this move. They get a younger guy, a better all-around player, in Desmond Bane. They also needed playmaking problems. I think they were bottom 5 in assists per game last season as well. So they struggled to make those passes and playmaking. So they needed somebody to average and get those assists. And Desmond Bane, another guy, he's good in that category. He averaged about 5 assists per game last season. The Magic were only averaging around 23 assists per game, which I think was dead last. So again, another thing where Desmond Bane comes in and he really helps out instantly. Now, he's not a point guard. He's more of a 2 guard, but still 5 assists per game is good. I think that's almost most on their team. I think Paulo is averaging around 5, and same with Franz. Not quite 5, but they're getting pretty close. So he comes in and already is the best passer on the team. So that he does kind of cancel their shooting problems and their playmaking problems, because last season, I think the Orlando Magic, they played a lot of ISO ball kind of, because don't get me wrong, Paulo and Franz Wagner, very talented basketball players. They can ISO, they can get you off the dribble, they can do their thing. They're good basketball players. But adding Desmond Bane to really control the floor, I think could be good, but there also could be some minor problems with him running the show. But Paulo, great season. Unfortunate with the injuries, but he still played great. He's 22 years old, and he just had a season where he averaged 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. That's really good. That's a good season. Now, you can say he didn't play very many games. He played in he only showed up in 46 games, so not even barely a little over half the season. But I still think that is good enough games to say dang, this guy's good. This guy is going to be a problem for years to come. And he's got a bright future. He's only 22. He's one of the best under 25 players. So, as a Magic fan, I'm not a Magic fan, but if I was a Magic fan, I'd be very stoked to see that. Then his co-star, Franz Wagner, averaged 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And again, both of them, they weren't great three-point shooters, so that is one flaw in their game. But they're both under 25 years old, so you have these guys at very young ages, not even in their primes yet, possibly. So who knows how good they can get. Just really got to hope they get healthy, because Paulo, torn oblique, out for 2 to 3 months. Wagner, torn oblique, out for 2 to 3 months. Suggs had a very bad injury. He was out for quite some time. Jonathan Isaac's always on and off the floor. Mo Wagner had that injury, take him out for the rest of the season. So really, the Magic really had a very unfortunate season last season and still ended up barely sneaking into the playoffs. They didn't go very far. They got eliminated in the first round, but if they can stay healthy, this team genuinely could be good because their defense is so good that it keeps them in games last season. Their offense wasn't anything crazy, but they would play such good defense that would keep them in games. And now you're adding Desmond Bane, who can average 20 points and get those 5 assists. You're adding an offensive threat. That's really good. I really do truly like this fit for the Magic. The only thing I'm slightly scared about is Desmond Bane did play point guard a little bit in Memphis when Ja Morant went out with that shoulder injury, then his suspensions, all that off the court stuff. Desmond Bane was playing point guard for some of that. His stats was good. His counting stats, his box score numbers may have looked good, but I think as the team stats wise, how the team success go, it wasn't amazing. Now, it's weird because the coach was getting fired. So maybe it was the coach's game plan. Maybe it was just the scheme. Maybe it was his teammates. Who knows? But now on a new team where he can maybe flourish, I don't know if he's going to be playing the one. I think they're going to keep Jalen Suggs there. But maybe if more into that thrusting and more of that passing role where he can average more assists than he already does, that could be pretty interesting to watch and to monitor as the season goes on. But what I do think happened here, the Magic kind of see that their team they have a lot of good young talent on this team. They need to capitalize on that, which very good. I like that from the front office. I like that idea. So they did probably try to go bigger, especially because they gave up 4 picks. So I'm guessing they tried to go and get a guy like Darius Garland, who I've seen on social media get shopped around a little bit. I don't know if he's actually in the trade block in real life, but I've seen those offers for Darius Garland, maybe a guy like LaMelo Ball, Trae Young. They definitely asked for a better player than Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is a good player, don't get me wrong, but there's no way they just first thing called the Memphis Grizzlies for Desmond Bane. They definitely went for a better player than him, but nobody was willing to accept a trade they were given, or they were maybe not looking to trade that guy, so they had to settle for Desmond. Is what I do think happened, but hey, maybe everything happened for a reason. Maybe Desmond is going to be that guy who takes them to the finals and makes them win a ring. Who knows? And again, their defense, their offense, I love this for their offense. Their defense already is insane, very good. I think it's top 5 the past 2 seasons. There's no complaints there. And it's only going to get better with the people, progressing into their careers. So this is going to be a really special defense to watch next season. I'm very excited to watch this team, actually. This team in general is going to be a very fun watch. I could see him going I don't say pretty far, but I could see him having a lot better season. It was really mainly the injuries. Their injuries really pulled them down with, when your 2 best players miss 3 months, both of them come in total, that's just bad. You can't really win games. As a Timberwolves fan, if Anthony Edwards missed 3 months, I don't think we'd be very good. Julius Randle missed a month, and we did terrible in that month without him. So it is really hard to win games when your best players are just getting injured. Hopefully that's not a repeating theme for Paolo and Franz. I don't think it will be. I think it was just an unfortunate situation for them. So I think they'll be good. And, the offseason, people were saying the biggest thing I've seen about this trade was the amount of picks they gave up for Desmond. Now, I think it was 4 or 5. Do I think you should have given up that many picks for Desmond Bane? No. Like I said, I think they were going for a bigger player, so they kind of just went for the 4 because they were going to trade those picks. But I don't know. I don't think 4 first-round picks was really the play for Desmond Bane. I think you could have maybe snuck in maybe 3 first-round picks would have been the max. I mean, I don't know. I do think it was a lot of picks. But I am also not too scared for them, to be honest. They still have a first-round pick in 2027. So they don't have a first in 2026, but they do have a second. They do have a first in 2027. They have no first in 2028. Then they have a first in 2030. So they are kind of low on picks. They don't have none, but they're not in a great spot with picks. But in this past draft, they did draft a guy by the name of Jace Richardson from Michigan State, and he looks good. In his summer league games, I think he had like 14, 18, 16, roughly. Like high teens. Like that man was a freshman in college getting buckets. And then he gets in the summer league playing against these almost NBA level talent, some NBA level talent, some trying to get the NBA. He was like holding himself. Like he was doing pretty good. So did they trade away a lot of their picks? Yes. Do they have a future? Yes. They have Paulo Banchero, who's 22, Franz Wagner, who's like 24, Suggs, who's like 24, Desmond Bane is like mid-20s, Mo Wagner is young, Anthony Black is young, Jace Richardson is young, Noah Penn, I don't know how to say his last name, Penda is young, Jet Howard is young. Like, they have a lot of young talent on this team. So even though they did trade away a lot of future picks, I do still think the future of this Orlando Magic team is pretty bright. Especially when you have stars like that, like Paulo and Franz up top. Then you have those role players and those helping players like Anthony Black who can hopefully blossom into that playmaker that they need. He already averaged like 3 assists off the bench. Maybe he can blossom to like 6. And then Jace Richardson, I think is going to be a very good NBA player. He's only like 18, 19 years old. And his scoring ability is really good. I really like his scoring. So if he can blossom into like a bench player who can give you like in the mid-teens, maybe like 14 points, like that's really good for them. That's a really good draft pick. And they got him at 17 on my mock drafts. I had him going late lottery, I think. Not 100% sure, but I do think getting him at 17 was a very good draft spot. I think he was 17. That's very good. I really do like that for them. And they still do have quite a few second-round picks. In 2026, they have a second. In 2027, they have 2 seconds. So I'm not saying, like, they're going to draft the next Nikola Jokic. But you can still get a decent, like, especially in this draft. This draft class was deep. The second round had some good NBA players. Like some good players who will get run, who will have a decent career, I think, in the NBA. I'm not saying that the next year is going to have an insane draft class. I haven't really studied it on that yet, but I don't know. I think they'll be good. And their starters are all under contract for like the next 5 years too. That's another thing that's very underrated about this team. Like nobody's going anywhere unless it's by trade for a long time. Paulo's under contract 6 years, $228 million. Franz Wagner 5 years, $224 million. Desmond Bane 4 years, $163 million. Jalen Suggs 5 years, $150 million. Mo Wagner has a 1-year contract, but Wendell Carter's under contract for 4 more years. Mo might get that extension. I don't know if this happened in real life yet. I think he declined his player option or they declined his team option, one of those two, and they're going to give him a smaller contract, so he's going to be under contract for a long more time. Goga's still got 2 more years. So, like, and they just signed Tyus Jones. I didn't even mention that. They just signed Tyus Jones in free agency. The playmaking, like I was talking about. Like, this front office is actually having a good offseason. I honestly completely forgot about that Tyus Jones until I'm looking at the roster right now. So then you add that up the bench. Like you have a starting lineup of Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and then their center is very weird because they have like 3 centers like the same skill relatively. So I don't know who's going to play center, but then 6-man like Tyus Jones, Anthony Black. This 2 centers they choose not to go to. Tristan Da Silva, who's 24. I didn't even mention him. Good player. Like this team is very young. It has such a bright future. And I really like that for them. And then, like I said, their 4 best players are all going to be in the team for the next 4 years. For sure. So you have Paulo until he's 28, Franz until he's 29, Desmond until he's 31, Jalen until he's 29. Like, so in the best years of their career, you have them under contract. So, could the Orlando Magic make the NBA Finals? I don't know about that. But now with, like, no Pacers, no Celtics, no Bucks, it's really just like the Cavs. Like, they got to worry about the Cavs. They got to worry about the Hawks look sneaky. The Hawks do look sneaky. But I don't know, man. I don't know. They are going to be deep in that luxury tax, I think. They're going to be pushing second apron with those contracts are pretty hefty. But I really do like this offseason the Orlando Magic are having. I have bright future and bright hopes for them. And I don't know, man. I could see him pushing 5 seed. I could see him pushing even more than a 5 seed. This team's defense is very good. This team just had a top 5 defense in the NBA. Now you add Tyus Jones and Desmond Bane to a top 5 defense. Like if this team even gets like 15th in offense and like the 3rd best defense, their net rating's top 10. Like that's a top 10 team. Like this team could really do something this season, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. You can call me crazy if you want to, but I think that Orlando Magic have a good, bright future, and I think, dare I say it, top 5 seed. But that's all I got to say about this Magic trade. I really do like it. Hope you guys enjoy listening to me talk. Hope you guys agree with me. I think I have a good opinion. I think I know what I'm talking about a little bit, but yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.